I call the miracle. Where are you? Over here. The miracle solution for mobility and independence. It's called the Miracle Mobility 4-in-1 electric chair. There are so many reasons I love this chair. I wish I had bought it before I bought the last chair for my mother, because this would be a hands-down choice for us. We have gone through 5 or 6 chairs with my mom trying to find one that's perfect for her. And I will tell you, it is so difficult. What I love and why I think this is a game-changing chair, and you should watch our presentation and grab one, is its true 4-in-1 versatility. First of all, it's a manual walker. So, you can walk and people wherever you need to go. It's a lightweight, easy push transfer chair. So when you need to push mom to her appointments from the car, it's that. And by the way, fits in the car, folds in half. It is a power assist chair, so your helper or caregiver gets a little extra help when they're going up an incline. And finally, it's an independent power wheelchair for you with joystick control. You saw me on it before. Unbelievable portability, mobility. You want to get your freedom back, this is the chair to get. The man that brings this to us is Dan Guthrie. Dan, always good to see you. I know you're responsible for this chair. It's your company. I've told you before how many different chairs we went through. Yeah. Ones were too big, too bulky, too heavy. You couldn't fold them. Yeah, it squeezed in, but it didn't fit in the back of the car. This answers, it's like you made a list and you scratched every problem off.
The story that you told me is the story that I hear all the time. What we're doing is we're selling a mobility aid that gives you freedom, it gives you independence, but what we're also giving you is something that you're actually going to use.
That you'll enjoy using.
So you'll enjoy using. So we call this the 4-in-1. It's basically, think of a Swiss Army knife of mobility aids. And so what you have is, you get older, and you probably know this, you tend to lose your balance, and you need help with stability. So this is a traditional rollator. You can use it as a traditional rollator and walk, and it has a backrest that you can turn around and sit down in it. But it also transforms.
Look at that. Just by flipping the seat
Just by flipping the chair. But it also transforms to a lightweight transport chair. So I have seen people at the malls, right? They're pushing mom, and they don't, she sits in the rollator, but mom has to lift her legs up, and it's difficult, and it's awkward. Mom, pick up your legs. Well, this transports to a lightweight transport chair. So you just swing the legs around, and you can turn around and just sit in it. And then now you have a caregiver who can push you wherever you want to go.
So now you've got a transport chair, right? And I can go from A to B.
Lightweight, A to B.
Very easy to operate, right?
But what's magical about this chair is it also has a rear controller on the back. So on the back of the chair, there's a rear controller here. So one of the things that's difficult is if mom is pushing dad weighs 200 pounds, right?
Right.
And she pushes him more than 200 feet, he gets heavy, or you have to go up one of those ramps. That's heavy. Yeah. What this has is...
Hey, Dan, I'm gonna move it over so that we can get a shot down, because you can't see the back controller. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna turn it around. Tina's gonna get our shot here. And Dan, you can probably work...
Here, yeah, it's...
Or either one, as long as you're under that camera right there.
Yep. So let's do this chair right here. So what you got is the power. So you turn the remote on, and all you have is a thumb pad. So all you do is you literally put your thumb on the thumb pad, and you can see that the chair goes automatically by itself. Yes.
Now that's controlled from the back of the chair by the caregiver, or by the grandpa, whoever's doing it.
You don't have to push.
So I have 2 controllers, one on the front and one on the back.
So here's the thing: is sometimes you don't always have a caregiver to help you. So you walk, but you can't go very far, and after a while you get tired. So you just turn the joystick on in the front. You swing around here. You just sit down nice and comfortably, and you can drive the chair with a traditional joystick.
Easiest chair I've ever driven, because let me tell you, a lot of the joysticks they put on chairs are so sensitive. People freak out when they go, because they bounce you around. This one is so delicate and so easy to ride. I haven't been on this chair. Our last show was a couple months ago. I haven't been on this chair. I got in it instantly. I'm like, I remember exactly how to drive this. So if you've got a parent, grandparent, whoever it is, easy to learn. And remember, if somebody at the back also has the controls to be able to give you that assist, to give them an assist, just in case they can't push your weight, especially if it's up an incline or something.
So what's magical about this chair is, you know how bullet trains use magnets to propel them forward? So this chair is designed the exact same way. Kind of think of a Tesla for power mobility aids. there's magnets in the wheel right here, and what happens is the electrical battery gives a charge to the magnets within the wheel, and it propels it forward. So you probably notice when you're driving around, it's very quiet.
Oh,
you don't hear any noise.
completely quiet.
And
Yep.
so it's just a wonderful, there's no working parts for it to break down or anything like that. So the chair has lots of adjustments. You can adjust the arms up and down if you like, and then the back swings forward or back. You have power brakes, so you can lock it in place for when you're walking, or when you're walking, you could just squeeze it and you have your brakes. What's also nice about this is it's FAA approved, so you can take it on an airline.
deal.
And you can use it for travel. The other really nice thing is just swinging the arms. It's super easy. All you have to do is just lift the arm and swing them back, and then the chair will fold instantly. So one of the troubles with scooters is you have to take them apart. It takes 5 minutes to take them apart. They're a hassle. They're a pain.
Yeah.
Look at this. All you do is you just lift it up, and it
Squeeze it
folds.
together?
Yep, squeeze it together and it
And
locks.
look at the profile on this, okay? And then if you want to pick it up, look at this. It weighs, I'm holding it in one hand. It weighs, what, 41 pounds?
40 pounds.
So if I need to put this in the trunk of the car, if I need to put this in the back seat, it's that easy. And then when you get there, you drop it down, right?
Yep.
You
So
open
to
it up.
unlock it,
Unlock
there's
it,
a
pull.
safety lever right here.
Yep.
You just lift it and just push it down.
And then you can
That's it.
take your
And then
legs.
you can swing the legs forward.
Legs
just
can
lift
go
them up.
back, the pads go down. You know, when my mom, the first wheelchair mistake we made was that it had no place to rest her feet.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I was shocked at how many wheelchairs didn't have a footrest. And so what my mother would do would have to hold her feet up in the air.
Yes.
And she looked
I see
ridiculous,
that
and it
all
was
the time.
embarrassing for her.
People hate their mobility devices. This thing they're going to absolutely
you're gonna love
Now,
it.
what's great about this chair is it also has these little straps. Now, it doesn't look like much, but it really is. You just rest your foot, your heel on the strap, and it secures your foot and keeps it in place. So it's really, really wonderful.
Let me tell you how you can get it home, all right? If you don't have to pay the $566 times 3. I know it says that's our flex pay. If you want to use your credit card, heck, you can pay for the whole thing at once, or you can split up the payments. But here's where it gets really good. If you have an HSN credit card, or if you get one today, if you get one, we give you a little incentive. You can pay this off without any interest, without any fees, over an 18-month period, and your price is going to be $94.38 per month. You'll have it paid off in a year and a half. You'll have this year after year after year after year. It's going to make not only your mother or your father or your grandparents' life or an injured person's life better, it's going to make your life better. It's easier to push because it has power assist, so you're not doing all the pushing. It's easy for them, right, to get around. It's got the foot pedals so their feet are comfortable and they're elevated, all right? The easy-to-use joystick, the collapsibility. I wanted to ask you, too, on recharging it. How does that work?
So here, the charger, it comes with it, and it has a 3-prong charger, and it just slides
right under the armrest.
right into the armrest. You don't have to take the battery out. You just plug it in, and you're ready to go.
How far can I go on a charge?
So you can generally go up to about 8 to 10 miles. But that's more than enough to go anywhere for an entire day.
Oh my gosh,
And
yeah.
you don't have to worry about it. So this is really wonderful. What's nice about it is how smooth and how comfortable it is to drive. The arms will also go back if you need help getting in or out of it, but it's just a really fun chair to drive. You just get in it and you just go. It's got 5 speed settings, so you can go at the speed that you like. Just turn it on, let it engage.
When you hear the
and
little
then
beep, and then you'll see it'll start to engage, and then you just slowly go where you need to go.
We can race.
And if you want to go left, you just aim it left while you're pushing straight at the same time.
And when you go in reverse, it has a little beeping sound to let people know.
And as far as, when you think about, is it easy to turn around in a complete circle? Look at this.
Yeah, so that's really what's nice
One of
about
my favorite features, right around. I'm drilling into the ground right here.
So it's basically a 0-turn radius. So you can use it inside a kitchen, inside a bathroom, really small, tight spaces. With scooters, you have to have these big, giant turn radiuses. This will turn within its own footprint. So
And
that's
reverse.
really wonderful. And reverse.
Look.
It has a storage bag guy underneath, so you can put, you want to go for a walk in the park, or you want to go anywhere, you can put a bag or a magazine or something in there, and then you just read. Nice large storage bag.
I'm about 6'3". I weigh about 215, 220 is my weight. So it gives you an idea of the weight that you can put on here and the size of a person you can, because I'm a big person and I can fit in here very comfortably. The seat is very comfortable. I love the fact that the backrest can pivot and turn around.
Yep.
So if you want to use it as just a chair,
Right, you can do that, yep.
You can do that as well. So you're getting all that. We're going to get an update. I know we're getting busy already. There's less than 3 dozen remaining. Okay, so you have 30 days to try it out, and I recommend you do that. I wish I had done that with the first 5 chairs that we bought for my mother, but we ordered them online without trying them.
Yep.
And don't get me wrong, I get it. The intention is all to help you.
Right.
But 9 out of 10 times when we would get it, we'd be like, it's too bulky. I can't get it in her caregiver's car.
Yep.
This thing folds right down flat. You can stick it in the trunk of any car or in the back seat of any car.
Right. Having a mobility device is no good unless you can use it and take it with you and transport it with you. The ability to fold this and take it wherever you want to go is fantastic. The fact that we're FAA approved to take on airlines, you can take it on a cruise ship, those are all really wonderful
Independence,
things.
man.
And you know what I see, Guy, is when people that come to us, it's like a caregiver, and you can kind of see some of the videos there, is the mom is taking care of dad, and dad just weighs a lot, and she's trying to push him up those ramps, and she just can't. The real magic is this rear remote control.
We'll show that again, and we'll kind of give you a shot. So on the back of this chair, like here's the joystick on the front. That's how the driver drives it. But on the back, right here where Dan is, there is a separate control. And if you come up high, we'll get the shot, you'll see it actually has an LCD screen on it. There we go. Thank you so much, guys. So now this is for the pusher of the chair.
Of the chair, right.
Yeah.
So you just put them on, there's a thumb pad, you just rest the foot on, or the thumb pad on,
And it moves.
the chair will go automatically. You can see I'm not even touching it, and,
That is
it's
awesome.
moving by itself. So that's really the real magic is with this
because
chair.
I think what people don't realize is that not only is the person in the chair suffering and going through the heartache of having to deal with
But
that.
also the caregiver.
But the
yeah,
caregiver, I mean,
the caregiver wears out.
my brother and I, we've been taking care of my mom for years and years. She's got she's not an assisted living. She has a full 24/7 caregiver that's with her, and we're blessed to have that. But our job is basically just to try to make her have as best a life as she can.
You want your golden years to be as comfortable as possible.
And it breaks my heart when I see her suffer, when I see her uncomfortable. I've seen her, leave the hospital, and I've seen not a bad caregiver, but I've seen somebody kind of wedge her into one of those hospital wheelchairs where she was uncomfortable. And I right then and there, I was like, that's what's wrong. They don't understand these are still people that have feelings, that want to feel, they still want to feel independent. This chair will do it. 30 days to try it.
We're also thinking of the caregiver. So if you notice
that's a big
arm
deal.
pad, so it's an ergonomically designed hand pad. So it's got a wider base here, so you have a nice base for your thumb pad. We also put a reflector on the back, so you can see as you're walking behind you.
You guys thought of everything.
The hand brakes, it's really a wonderful. Kind of think of a Swiss Army knife for power wheelchairs.
2 dozen, a little over 2 dozen left. Okay, so I just said 3 dozen, now we're down to 2 dozen left. If you want to get it, there it is. Thank you, Pat. Pat's our producer. 24 left if you want to get it. Hey, listen, I emphasize the 30 days. I want you to try it because I know when you get it home, both you, your caregiver, and the person who's getting the care is going to absolutely love it. I don't say that about a lot of different things. Hey, listen, not everything is for everybody, but since I go through this, I leave work today, I'm going to see my mom. That's where I'm going over to check on her, see how she's doing, So we do everything we can for them to make their life a little more independent, a little more of a full life. This is the kind of thing, believe it or not, you may not be in a position right now to appreciate it, but one day you will be. And when you get there, having something like this is a godsend. It really is, because it makes life for everybody better.
And what's so great is for the price point. You can't really get a power mobility aid for $16.99.
They're $2,500 minimum.
And for 4 different mobility aids all in one, this is really the best item that's out on the market. We won an award, I don't know if you know that, we won an award for Most Innovative New Product of the Year at the MedTrade 2023 trade show. That's a trade show for medical equipment manufacturers, and our peers voted Miracle Mobility as having the most innovative new product for the year. So that's saying something when your peers recognize, hey, what you've done is special.
I've said to you a couple of times before, I'm like, I see you putting a chalkboard up there and putting up every problem people have with a traditional wheelchair, right? And remember, they don't accommodate you. You have to accommodate them. You've got to fit around what a wheelchair is like. With this one, Dan designed it to make sure that all those little issues, the arms are too low. You can elevate the arms. You can adjust the foot pedals, right?
And it's smooth
You
to
can,
ride.
right, you can sit in it in either direction. Yeah, because it's magnetic movement on a battery charge, it's quiet, all right? It articulates easily. When you're driving it, it's smooth. It's not, my mom's biggest thing, we got her a power chair, first thing, I don't like it, it's too jumpy.
Yeah, okay.
It's jumping around. Because if you just touch that joystick, the dang thing would shoot. And she didn't like that, so it's all easy. It's perfect for you.
Here's one of the
free
things you
shipping
have-
and handling, by the way, I haven't mentioned that yet. Go ahead.
Here's one of the things that you don't have to worry about is when you get it, sometimes people are intimidated, well, I have to put it together. This comes fully assembled, so you never have to worry about assembling. All you do is you slide the joystick in, you've got a connector here, and you just line up the arrows, connect it, and then just tie it in. So it's just that simple. That's the only assembly that you have to do, putting the chair together.
All right, so a little over a dozen remaining, if you want to get it. Why don't we show them one more time how to collapse it, because I think that's a big
Sure.
deal. We've already tucked in the foot pedals.
Yep, foot pads.
There's a little
Here's the safety lever
grabber
right
in
here.
the center.
All you do is you pick it up and release it. In the back, there's a safety lever, and then you
Squeeze
just
it.
kind of squeeze it and lock it in place.
That's
and
it?
It's locked, and yep.
And now look, I can take this and I can put this right in the back seat of the car. All right? I can
One-handed.
put this in the trunk of the car. I'm one-handed right now. Okay? Weighs 40 pounds. No big deal. I can even lean it up against my hip, my leg. It gives me a little leverage to put it in. And now I can tuck it right in the back seat of the car. When you get it to where you need to get it, you simply pop it open, open it up, just like that, right? Give that a push.
Push down on
Lift up if you want to use the foot pedals.
Yep.
I mean, it could not be any easier. I love that it has the foot pedals. That's a big deal. See, it's trial and error. You realize as you get through many chairs, like what you miss. The locking brakes, which are safe and secure, but you can also use them as grip brakes.
Yep. So you can see the demo right there
Yep.
that they're locking the brakes and lifting the handles. It's super easy to do. They go up and down. So if you're a taller gentleman like you or a shorter gentleman like myself,
Yeah.
it adjusts to our size.
It's honestly, as I said before when I started the show, I think it's the miracle solution to mobility and independence for you and your family. And I include you, all right? Because I'm telling you, when you first start out and you're taking care of parents, it's like having kids again, and not because they're immature or any of that. They need your help. And when you have this, you don't need so much help. This provides it for you. I recommend it to anybody out there.